Hey guys, hope everybody's staying safe wherever you are. You know what? I'm gonna take this off. It's a little bit hard to talk, and I think we're safe given that there's a camera in between us. So back in 2018, I made a video about one of my favorite toys, a drone, specifically the DJI Mavic Air. At the time, upgrading from an original DJI Phantom, it was a game changer for me. The sheer combination of portability as well as modern features made it into a completely different experience. For me, it went from being a toy to an essential tool for making travel videos. Over the last couple of years, I've literally traveled to the other side of the world with it. I got some amazing aerial footage of beautiful places that I've visited. Whether it was some iconic landmarks in Kuala Lumpur or a beautiful Buddhist temple in Penang, Malaysia, whether it was the stunning Marina Bay Sands Hotel in Singapore or the mesmerizing red rocks in Sedona, Arizona, the Mavic Air has always come in clutch to get some amazing footage. With all that said, 2 years is a long time when it comes to innovation, and innovation always comes with a dent in your wallet. Hence, the Mavic Air 2. I got the Fly More bundle, which comes with some extra accessories. Let's open up the box and let's see what comes inside. Once again, I won't bore you by going through every piece of item that comes in the box, but in summary, you have the usuals: the drone itself, 3 batteries, the remote control, charger, and a compact carrying case. One new item that this one comes with is a set of ND filters. It's a nice bonus that doesn't come with any other DJI drone. So right out of the box, let's address the elephant in the room. And I'm not exaggerating by much when I call it the elephant. This controller is absolutely massive in comparison to the old one. Now this comes with some mixed feelings because I do definitely like the fact that you can mount the phone to the top of the controller rather than to the bottom. And also the fact that I can keep the phone case on when mounting it. Previously, I would always have to take my phone out of the case before I can mount it to the controller. That being said, this controller is not compact at all. It's actually fairly large. And packing it in my day pack will definitely take up some precious real estate. I think only time will tell how the controller affects the overall portability of the drone, but I think the benefits do outweigh the whole size issue, because I also like the ergonomic feel of this controller much better than the old one. So another thing that's visibly different right out of the box are these propellers. These are the folding type of propellers, whereas the original Mavic Air had rigid propellers. And I heard that these are a lot quieter than the old ones, and I really hope that's true because the old ones were super loud. Even when the drone was really far away, I could hear the buzzing. So there's 2 major technical upgrades that really inspired me to upgrade the drone. First off, the battery life. Supposedly this one is significantly better than the old one. This one supposedly gets up to 30 minutes of flight time, which is insane. Because the previous one, you'd be lucky to get 15 minutes on a good day. The second major upgrade is the wireless transmission technology. The original Mavic Air used to use something called enhanced Wi-Fi, which is essentially just Wi-Fi amplified a little bit so that it reaches a little bit further distance than your typical home Wi-Fi can. This new one uses something called OcuSync, which is a proprietary technology created by DJI for their drones, and it's supposed to have much better range than enhanced Wi-Fi. In DJI's marketing material, it claims that this drone can go up to 10 kilometers away, which is insane. That's more than 6 miles. Highly doubt that you can get that kind of range on normal operating conditions, but the fact that they're willing to mark that as part of their marketing materials tells you the confidence they have in this. I think that's enough chatter. Let's take this beast outside and take it for a flight. One of the biggest differences between the old Mavic Air and this new one is the app it uses. This new one uses a brand new app called DJI Fly. Currently, this app only supports this new Mavic Air and the Mavic Mini. Perhaps it's just a matter of getting this app polished with software updates in the future, but there are definitely things that can be improved within the app. For example, the battery indicator is very difficult to read while trying to navigate. Perhaps it needs to be a little bigger, or maybe the color of the indicator needs to change. Although there are quite a few noticeable changes in this app, the overall usability is still quite intuitive. Just as I got the drone up in the air, I immediately noticed that the estimated flight time was over 30 minutes. Obviously that varies throughout the flight depending on the wind and speed, but to see numbers like that, I could already tell the improvement in battery life. One of my favorite features of this new drone is the hyperlapse functionality. Although this feature existed in the old drone, I never used it because the battery life was never sufficient to get a decent sized hyperlapse. There are several types of hyperlapses that can be made using this drone. It can do straight line path or circular path, as well as setting a custom course for the path. It's fairly intuitive to set up and the results are quite stunning. Now, I generally don't use my drone for photography, but the new Mavic Air 2 has a pretty impressive camera for photos. It has a 48 megapixel camera and the details in the photos are quite amazing assuming there's sufficient light. One feature that I did play around with was taking panoramas with the drone. It does a great job auto-composing and stitching photos to make some stunning panoramas. Just like the other higher-end DJI drones, the Mavic Air 2 also has quick shots, which allows you to lock into a subject and quickly take a cinematic shot automatically. It allows you to take shots like this. Another improvement seems to be that the active track feature is much more intelligent. It appears that it is now more content aware. When it sees a boat or a car, it actually identifies it with a small icon in the middle. I was very impressed by this. The final thing I wanted to test was the improvements resulting from using OcuSync. Now, I didn't want to risk testing the limits of the range, but I did want to see if there was noticeable improvements. I decided to fly the drone over some fields along a freeway to see if I can make it lose its signal. To my surprise, I took it beyond 2 kilometers. Now this is definitely a game changer. So here's some of the footage that I shot over the first few flights of the drone. One major upgrade that I neglected to talk about earlier was the new camera system. Now this new camera is capable of shooting 4K videos at 60 frames per second. Now I personally won't be using that feature because I normally shoot my videos at 1080p at 24 frames per second. But I'm sure for many filmmakers that could be the difference between getting this drone versus something else. I must say, although compared to last time the features have remained relatively similar, the experience has definitely been enhanced by a lot. Just the battery life and the range alone makes the upgrade worth it for me. Many people online has labeled the Mavic Air 2 as the drone to get at this moment, which says a lot given that the more expensive brother of this, the Mavic 2 Pro, doesn't have a lot of the features that this one does. It really sucks that we're in a global pandemic right now, but I hope once it's all over I can take this thing out and travel with it to different places and make amazing videos. I hope you've enjoyed this video, stay safe, and I'll see you next time on another video.